What's up, my Pungios? Andy Vlogs. Excited to share with you guys this content in here, guys. The title suggests we'll just jump right into it. This is the LiteChaser Pro here from PolarPro. Now, as you guys can see here on the side, I've got a whole bunch of LiteChaser Pros from the past. I've got the 12, I've got the 13, and now the 14. This did come to me before the holiday season, and I was able to use it, have some fun, make a couple of vlogs during Christmas, but I haven't had a chance to review it because of some of my other obligations. Nonetheless, I finally am able to review it. Let's go ahead and review the differences between the three, and check out up above for their new cage. You'll be unfortunately disappointed by the outcome of that. It's up in the cards, check that out. What's unfortunate here is that you have to buy the new grip. So if you have the 12 or the 13, they're not compatible. I do have an extra one because of the grip had issues last year, and we'll get into that. So you have to buy the new grip if you want to use the case. Nonetheless, you don't necessarily have to buy the new filter mounts, which were so expensive. I bought 3 of these and they were like $70 each last year. The whole unit last year was garbage, and so I haven't been able to use this until now, which is really, really exciting. Nonetheless, let's jump into it, unbox it, all that good stuff. All right, we got the LiteChaser Pro case, we've got the LiteChaser Pro grip, and then last year I bought the Bluetooth shutter, which I think is a must. You definitely should pick this up if you're going to be using the grip. Nonetheless, what's nice here is the LiteChaser Pro went back to the M mounts, which is fantastic, whereas the year before they had their own mount, tried to release their own lens, and it failed miserably. I got my hands on one of their 18 wide, which is a really, really cool idea and design that allowed you to be able to connect it to, you know, one of the many filters that they have. But the problem is that it wouldn't hold on well, and the lens itself was garbage. All right, like I mentioned here, I did have a chance over the holidays to be able to play with this, and so I've already opened it and used it, as you can see. What's nice is the unit itself actually comes with the wrist strap, the PolarPro wrist strap. That's one of my favorite things that they've brought in on this grip here. The unfortunate thing this year here is that you had to buy the grip again. It's kind of annoying. I bought this 3 times now. I'm glad I didn't have to buy the Bluetooth shutter again. What's nice is the case itself is made up of a polycarbonate silicone blend, which makes the case a little flimsy. I wish it was a little more stronger. I wish it was a little more form-fitted. But what's nice is that they use TPU, which is a very thick, hardened plastic around the edges to allow you to obviously grip here on the rails, on the back side and on the front side, but also have the buttons here as well. They're not metallic here. You do have the punch out for the do not disturb power button, and then you've got their PolarPro module here, which allows you to connect last year's filter as well as M mount adapter for the Moment lenses. On the bottom side here, you do have a little wrist strap piece to be able to add the wrist strap. It actually comes with it, so make sure you check all of the box contents for this really nice pull string wrist strap. One failure here is that it's not a complete case, so you do lose some stability and some comfort there. What's nice is they have this imprinted with their logo as well as a microfiber lining, but as you notice with some use, they didn't align the magnets right, so you can see here that this has actually been pushing up against my phone and it's caused a weak point on their case. On the inside, you do have some tooling to provide protection. The idea here is that it traps air in those little pockets to provide some extra insulation in the event of a drop. As you can see, the module here, it's got a cutout for LiDAR, all of the other sensors, as well as ultra wide. You've got the wide here, as well as the 3x tele, which is nice, with the Moment adapter. Let's move on to the grip. It's got a metallic build here. The innards is spring loaded, so when you push and press up this button, it's going to clip. In its resting position, it's gripping down, which is nice. So it's got that nice spring. It's reinforced, very strong. It's got the protruding cold shoe mount, which is nice to be able to place an accessory, and then it's got a good ergonomic grip to be able to grab it when it's connected to your phone. On the bottom side here, you've got a 1/4 inch mount to place it on a tripod. On the other side here, you can go ahead and take off this little cap, which will expose the adapter for the Bluetooth. After you've used the Allen wrench here to be able to fasten it, what's really nice is it grips right onto that spot. It also provides you a 1/4 inch mount on the top. Turn it on just like that, push the button, and it'll connect. My typical go-to case here is the Horween leather from the folks at Nomad, one of my favorite pieces of leather, pieces of tech. This is fantastic. A little more expensive, but I love how it's got the MagSafe compatibility and it's got fantastic, look at that, leather with the grain. It looks so cool and it smells really good. There is a link down below that is affiliate link you guys can check out. That does give me a kickback for that. Let's go ahead now and move over to the LiteChaser Pro here. I'm really excited to be able to attach it. It's very, very simple, very sleek. As you can see, it does attach firmly to it with no problem. I have the little wrist strap, which is really, really nice. Coming up close, showing you the camera module here, you can see that they didn't really spend a lot of time on this magnetic MagSafe piece. It's poking out, it's protruding. It's a liability, I'll be honest. You can see that the module here for the camera is just fine. It's protecting those lenses, which I really, really like. It's reinforced with metal. Around the edges, you've got that TPC, which is that hardened plastic. You've got the rails here to be able to grip. You got the power button. You got the volume rocker, do not disturb, all that good stuff. I don't like here on the bottom, if you hit that corner, you're definitely gonna have susceptibility. This is a little flimsy around the corners that kind of, peel off if you put a little bit of pressure. But the good thing is it doesn't impact your screen protector, so you definitely want to make sure you've got one on there. As you can see, it does have a little bezel that it raises and grabs against to provide you that protection in the event that it falls on its face. With that said, let's go and show you the grip and then some of the other accessories that you can place onto it. The attachment process is super simple. You just place the cold shoe mount up. You can grip it here on the very edge by pressing that button to have it extend out, and then you find the grooves and it'll click right on, right where you need it. That's not going anywhere. It's gripping really hard around the edge as well as in the rail there, and it's going to provide you a nice stable grip here. As you can see, it fits nicely in my hand. The Bluetooth protrudes out just a little bit, but you're still able to grip right in here to get that good look, that good shot. I really like how this feels in my hand, and I think it's definitely very comfortable. The only problem here is if you're going to have a connected microphone, this is going to be in the way and it's going to be difficult for you to navigate that. But having a light here is a good idea, or something wireless is something you should consider. The best part about it here is obviously attaching a lens that you've got. It's nice and holds tight there. You make sure you twist it all the way, and there you have it. There is the LiteChaser Pro in all its glory. My favorite filter mount is the Mist V&D. I think it's a really cool look, especially when you're outside, especially when you're at like Disneyland. It gives you a warm look. As you can see, it's got that really cool mist film on there to disperse the light, giving you a softer touch on your face. And it just looks really cool in the hand. I really like that. You're able to adjust it as it is, and it fits really, really nice. Alrighty, so I've since replaced my 12 Pro Max, my 13 Pro Max with the 14. I've traded up, and for my 12 Pro Max, this was the case that I primarily used. You could see here that it's been well worn. I've used it a ton, and it was my favorite go-to. The grip wasn't the best here, as it was very, very small and slim, but I still had that Bluetooth shutter, and I was still able to use my Moment lens here to provide an awesome vlog experience. Then PolarPro decided, hey, we're gonna patent our own mount, and we're gonna make completely different filters. So if you bought any filters from the 12, the 13 you had to buy new, bigger filters. And that was really frustrating because I already spent 70 bucks a filter on a unit that I loved. Nonetheless, they also tried to release their own lens, which flopped. I was one of the lucky 100 or so that had access to this. They provided it for free because I pre-ordered it, and so I was able to utilize it. They were going to release their own anamorphic lens, and the most frustrating part is that I couldn't utilize the Moment mount here with the case. The mount though was nice. The grip, as you can see, they changed the style. They added a longer nose on the front to grip onto it, and they changed it a little bit, but it still had issues. This was the older one. It wouldn't lock into place, and so they ended up replacing it, which is nice, and now that's what the current version is this new one. Now you can see the rails are much smaller, and you can place it in more spots here from last year to this year, which is what I really, really like. What was really cool about this though is this had a built-in adapter, so if you wanted, you could mount the lens here and also mount the filter. That was the best part. I thought they were gonna release that for the Moment stuff, but they only released it here for the wide. However, this is now obsolete and I can never use this again because I don't have the phone to use it. So it's just gonna sit as an heirloom to a once awesome dynasty. Well, Ponios, this about does it. This concludes, I think, my review. You guys saw over the years the difference in iteration, and I think the first iteration was the best. If something ain't broke, don't fix it, as they always say. Nonetheless, I think LiteChaser Pro has made its way a little bit closer to that sweet spot. I like being able to use my Moment lenses or the filters, which is nice. I really want that filter mount here to be able to add the filter on top of it. All these products will be down below in the links in the description for the product pricing and availability if that's something that you're interested in. I think I'm gonna go back to this. Ponios, thanks so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe if you wanna see more, and we'll catch you on the next one.